It was crazy entertaining work at that particular time. So I said, you know what? I like this kid.
The one thing about Crawford is he got guts. Them bums ain't have no guts. Them bums didn't want to win. Crawford want to win. That's it.
Floyd Mayweather was reportedly surprised after seeing leaked training footage of Terence Crawford ahead of his fight, with Canelo sources reveal that Mayweather was impressed by Crawford's quickness movement and precise punches, noting that he seems more ready than anyone thought. The video has reignited buzz and speculation about the big upcoming clash.
That we can't overlook. You never overlook any opponent. We can't base everything just off
Jeff Mayweather, a well-known figure in boxing, has openly praised Terence Crawford's talent. While discussing Crawford's chances against Canelo Alvarez, Jeff suggested that a win could lead to an even bigger fight. He pointed out that Floyd Mayweather, though now 48, is still in top shape, and hinted that if Crawford dominates, Canelo fans might start calling for a showdown with Floyd. The idea isn't far-fetched, given Crawford's drive for greatness and Floyd's legendary status. Jeff's words have only added more attention to Crawford's growing spotlight.
I mean, of course, if he gets past Canelo, he can fight as many bums as he wants to, just to make the record.
Do you think he would do that, or do you think he would?
I don't know. He seemed like he's a class act, and he seemed like he'll do whatever he feels. But I don't know. I mean, at what you said, 37?
37, yeah.
37. Yeah, that's still a lot of fights though.
Yeah, so he'd have what, 40? So he still need 9 more to pass him after that. And the way people fight these days,
everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
Terence Crawford has long drawn motivation from the path Floyd Mayweather carved out, a path that goes beyond boxing skills to include financial freedom and full control of one's brand. Their relationship isn't just for show. Crawford has applied lessons he's learned from Mayweather to shape his own journey. From training habits to mental focus, he's adopted parts of Floyd's approach while building his own powerful presence in the sport. There's clear mutual respect, and their connection represents a passing of the torch, not through retirement, but through shared values and unwavering commitment.
Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever, keep it real, boss, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grime shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hating type to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
When Floyd Mayweather fought a young Canelo Alvarez in 2013, he delivered a clinic in defense and ring control. That fight wasn't just a victory, it made a strong statement. It revealed the weaknesses in Canelo's skill set back then and set a high standard as Crawford gets ready to take on Canelo. That fight still shapes the way fans and analysts view this matchup.
Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts, and the world said he was inexperienced. I was 36 with 40-something fights, and to tell you the truth, I was over the hill.
Floyd Mayweather stirred up conversation with a sharp comment revisiting old questions about Canelo's past drug testing issues. Without naming any substances, he called out what he sees as double standards in how boxing handles these topics. His words brought renewed focus to performance enhancement concerns and highlighted the importance of fairness and openness, especially with Canelo set to face a smaller yet top-tier opponent like Crawford.
But what we don't talk about is You know, Canelo. Steroids. Y'all don't talk about that. So we don't know. We really don't know all the fighters he beat. He could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
Mayweather didn't just offer compliments. He shared a strategy reflecting on his own fight with Canelo. He emphasized that skill beats strength. He highlighted timing, ring intelligence, and the ability to adjust as the keys to success. In his opinion, Crawford's smart and calculated style is exactly what it takes to beat Canelo. Mayweather believes that with sharp focus and perfect execution, Crawford has a real chance, even with the size difference.
Terence Crawford jumping up from 154 to 168 and beating this quote-unquote version of Canelo Alvarez would diminish the accomplishment that Floyd Mayweather accomplished beating his version of Canelo Alvarez. Is it two different versions of Canelo Alvarez? And obviously, Canelo Alvarez is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is obviously bigger. When Floyd fought him, was at 152. Mayweather was 36, 37 years of age. Terence Crawford is 36, 37 years of age, going on 38. So he'll be 38 when he fights Canelo Alvarez. Floyd had already had 2 fights at 154. He had the fight with Miguel Cotto, and he had the fight with Oscar Del.
Canelo Alvarez still has a strong fan base, especially among those who admire his pride in representing his country and his past success. But there are clear signs that he's not the same as he once was. His recent fights haven't shown the same power, speed, or movement he had in his prime. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford seems to be at his best with quick footwork and sharp reactions. The difference between Canelo's slow decline and Crawford's rise adds an interesting layer to the story.
After last night, I think Canelo versus Crawford is a much closer fight than I originally thought, although I do still favor Canelo to win. When this fight was first being talked about after Crawford beat Madrimov and Canelo beat Berlanga, I thought Crawford had around a 10 to 15% chance. I mean, he looked undersized at 154, barely got past Madrimov, and I thought Canelo would be too big, too powerful for him. But you look at Canelo last night, he's declining every single fight. I mean, his volume in the first few rounds was non-existent. He struggled to cut off the ring. He doesn't throw as many combinations. His speed is slower. He hasn't gotten a knockout in 4 years. And that's nothing against Canelo. He's been boxing for 20 years. But he looks 70% of what he used to be in his prime. Whereas Crawford, he's got solid counters, and he can definitely bang some rounds. Now, the reason I do still favor Canelo is Bud hasn't fought at 160 or 168 pounds. You know, he's moving up 2 divisions. He's going to be out of the ring for 13 months. And we just saw Ryan and Haney look extremely rusty off a layoff a couple of days ago. I'm sure that ring rust will affect Bud as well. And not to mention, he is 37 years old. But if I had to make an early prediction, I think this is a 7-5 Canelo type of fight. Originally, I had Canelo steamrolling Bud in 8 to 9 rounds, but this is a lot closer than I initially.
While fighters like Golovkin pushed Canelo's toughness and Mayweather outclassed him with skill, Crawford brings a different kind of test. His mix of switch hitting and perfect timing presents a fresh challenge. His team knows that victory will require a custom game plan, one that breaks Canelo's rhythm and puts him in uncomfortable situations. This fight isn't just about winning. It's about raising the bar and showing a new way to beat a proven champion.
How is Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Alvarez? We need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there. Why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits, even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. While both can have a bit of similarities, the speed, reflexes, technical prowess, counter punching, lateral movement, it's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri. The speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan coming to a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That will be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to.
Footage from Crawford's training camp shows just how carefully he's getting ready. His jab isn't just for offense. It helps him control distance and set the pace by switching stances and staying smooth in his movement. He keeps opponents guessing and cuts down their chances to respond. His sparring partners are mimicking Canelo's pressure tactics, and Crawford's strong performance in these sessions proves he can adjust on the fly, a key edge against a calculated fighter like Alvarez.
Watch the right hand for the decoy.
Y'all know chess?
Yes.
Nice. That's how Star work. You know how to work. You know how to get the most out of everything. Good job, Trey.
Crawford's team is emphasizing more than just his skills. They're highlighting his mental strength. His coach made it clear that real toughness isn't about size. Crawford has repeatedly proven he rises to the occasion. When doubted, the message to Canelo is direct. Don't underestimate Crawford's determination. He's ready for war, and nothing shakes him.
The one thing about Crawford is he got guts. Them bums ain't have no guts. Them bums didn't want to win. Crawford want to win. That's it. It ain't about no belt. It ain't about nothing. You didn't sign the contract. We want to win, and he want to be the best, and he is the best. So that's what's going to be the difference. You know, Crawford got guts. He got a fighting spirit. So when you see Crawford, he going to go in there and get busy with Canelo. Don't you even doubt that. You understand? You ain't never seen Crawford stay on the back foot in no fight in his life. You understand? He the type of guy to go get you. So expect him to go get him. We going to do everything we can to him. We going to do whatever we got to do. But one thing you can expect is Crawford is going to step to him. Because you can't beat Canelo going on the back foot forever. You got to go get him. You got to do something. And he better know Crawford is coming.
Oscar de la Hoya raised doubts about the matchup based on his own experience. His main concern is the jump in weight. He pointed out that even when talent is equal, size often makes the difference. De la Hoya suggested that the money involved might be taking priority over fairness, and that could put Crawford at serious risk against a naturally larger fighter.
William who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar being back in New York over here.
No, let's just say Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, Fact Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, this is the truth again, it's a money grab. That's it. Yeah.
But Crawford doesn't rely on his power. He relies on his IQ. Crawford, what he did to Spence was magic, was incredible, was amazing. And so, look, one thing about Canelo is that we all know that he walks in the ring as if there's wet cement, right? His footwork is a little too heavy. Crawford is such a smart fighter where he can he's like Bruce Lee, literally. And he's in his peak, he's in his prime. And so I think that if that fight ever happens, which I don't think it will, if that fight ever happens, I have to go with Crawford.
There you have it, Oscar de la Hoya talking about Crawford.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes and Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
On a more hopeful note, Caleb Plant shared a balanced view. While he recognized Canelo's size advantage, he focused on Crawford's ability to outthink his opponents. Plant believes that Crawford's ring IQ and wide range of tactics could help close the physical gap, making the fight more competitive than it might seem at first glance.
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox, southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside. And he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a big question mark on the end of it, though. So that's why, I'm sure all of us are excited for that bell to ring and, be able to find out firsthand.
William Skull kept it short, but noted that the fight has grabbed attention worldwide. Having shared the ring with Canelo, his words carry meaning. His acknowledgement of the stakes highlights how important this matchup is, not just for Crawford and Alvarez, but for the entire boxing world.
Well, I really have nothing much to say. Boxing is like a Pandora's box, so it's about to wait and see.
For Crawford, this fight is more than just a big check. It's a purpose. He knows what a win here could do for his legacy. Going up against the biggest name in boxing gives him a unique shot at cementing his place in history, backed by solid preparation and a clear mindset. Crawford is stepping into the ring to do more than win. He's aiming to leave a mark that lasts.
What's the biggest fight in boxing?
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there. So that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see. Come 12.
Everyone's talking about the weight differences. What's your kind of response to that, Terence?
That's why we fight the fight. So September 12th, we all going to see if the weight going to make a difference or not.
Do you want to fight him twice and then retire? Is that kind of the ideal thing for you?
One fight at a time. One fight at a time.
Trainer Joel Diaz shared a cautious view, highlighting Canelo's success against naturally bigger fighters. He questioned whether Crawford's punches would carry the same impact at super middleweight. No matter how skilled Crawford is, Diaz believes power doesn't always carry over between weight classes, and Crawford will need to show that his shots still demand respect.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates and coverage.